Hey everybody, this is Standing for Truth. Raw Matt and myself would like to thank every one of you for all the amazing support that we've received on this channel over the last year or so. It has been approximately a year since I've been debating and doing discussions and refuting the arguments presented by the evolutionist. I've had many discussions, many debates with some of the top proponents of evolutionism. And this video, you can think of it kind of like an anniversary video, a Standing for Truth 1 year anniversary video. It's just going to be a short montage highlighting some of our videos, some of our playlists, some of our debates, some of my discussions. I want to say one thing and make one thing clear. After a year, the evolutionists have failed miserably. Many have tried. I've debated the likes of Dr. Stephen Frello, who knows the material better than anybody, Jackson Wheat, R.J. Downard, Godless Engineer, Jim Majors. We've refuted over and over again evolutionists such as Aaron Ra, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Please check out the channel for more. They've attempted, but they've failed to address the evidence. For example, it's 100% clear that mutations in natural selection in no way, shape, or form can stop the loss of genomic information. What this means, guys, is that mutations in natural selection clearly cannot create genomes. Fish-to-fisherman, molecules-to-man evolution is 100% dead. We've given the fatal blow to evolutionism. We've proven over and over and over again the truth of biblical creation. Genomes are devolving, and the genome is rusting out like a car. Everything is winding down. Things are going down and not up. The fact is, all modern scientific evidence points to the decay and destruction of an originally perfect design and creation. Biblical creation can no longer be denied. But remember, guys, it's not about winning an argument. It's about winning souls. And although these evolutionists, these atheists, have failed on all levels to refute the many, many, many lines of evidence proving biblical creation, they've failed to address any of the arguments, any of the objections and challenges to their religion, such as genetic entropy. You've got evolutionists that other evolutionists look up to, such as R.J. Downard, Jackson Wheat, for example. And they've made videos and video rebuttals attempting to address genetic entropy. But the fact is, all their arguments have failed, as I've said. But we still want these atheists to come to Christ. We want them to accept the free gift of eternal life. Jesus Christ, he's done all the work. It's finished. We just have to accept that free gift. So of course, refuting evolutionism is one thing, but we want people to come to Christ. Evolutionists such as these, they've come up with rescue device after rescue device. For example, they'll say things like, Dr. John Sanford misrepresented Cumorah. But at the end of the day, Dr. John Sanford shows a much larger zone of no selection than does Cumorah, because Cumorah's analysis of the problem was oversimplified. I've said it many times, this is a rabbit trail, because the crucial issue is about defining the correct distribution of mutation effects. They'll look to beneficial mutations, but due to the influx of deleterious mutations, I've said it many times, the rare occurrence of beneficial mutations cannot, and I repeat, cannot compensate for the information loss. Beneficial mutations are very rare. I've had almost every single evolutionist that I've had discussions with and debates with admit this. And near neutral mutations are continuously and consistently deleterious, just as you would expect with typographical errors in a text. I challenge the evolutionists who've watched these videos to rebut any of these videos, any of the information that I've presented in debates. They cannot. It is 100% evident. Now, at the end of the day, they can point to a few beneficial mutations that are, say, advantageous for an organism, but the best they can point to, they're mostly reductive. Broken genes, broken proteins. These types of mutations are not taking things forward. Natural selection, it's going to remove the worst deleterious mutations and the worst detrimental mutations, but it's only going to amplify the very best beneficial mutations. The damage is invisible and unselectable. That's exactly what this indicates. They'll look to what's called a trade-off, but this trade-off is not sustainable. Basically, at the end of the day, you're throwing out lots of information from lots of nucleotide sites, and you're trying to replace all that information with a single desirable point mutation. It's about net gain versus net loss. And this type of trade-off, it's only going to result in a shrinking functional genome size. We've seen this in the Lenski experiment. As I've said, most beneficials, they're reductive, and things are not being taken forward. They are degrading. And a lot of adaptations seen are just based on epigenetic adaptation. They can look to rescue devices such as synergistic epistasis, mutation count mechanism, but these have been falsified. At the end of the day, guys, the majority of beneficial mutations, they're going to escape positive selection, and the few rare beneficials will then certainly have a high impact. But these isolated high impact beneficials will only allow for adaptive episodes. That's it. These rare anomalies happen even while the rest of the genome is undergoing systematic degeneration. It's about time, after a year of failure after failure, the evolutionists tap out and admit they were wrong. Biblical creation is the truth. Come to the truth of Christ. Accept the free gift. Thanks, guys.